would assume, based on our viewership, that you guys are more favorable to someone like RFK in the Kennedy dynasty. But right now, we're going to draw your attention to a member of the Kennedy dynasty that is capturing the hearts of Zoomers everywhere, especially Zoomer girls. Gen Z fans are thirsting over JFK's grandson, Jack Schlossberg, after he was just named Vogue's official political correspondent. That was last week, and they published this whole profile on him. It's titled, Jack Schlossberg is just being himself, and they did a photo shoot with him where he's being really quirky in an office setting and posing for the camera.
There's a picture of him doing correspondent stuff. I'm sure he's
doing correspondent
I'm sure
stuff.
He's giving deep,
You're supposed to take him seriously.
He's got a tie on, my gosh.
Yeah.
He's giving deep political analysis right there.
He's in the Kennedy family, but he also has a TikTok account, and he's really quirky, and he's so silly and relatable.
He lip syncs to songs.
He's not Gen Z himself, by the way. He's 31 years old, so he's a millennial. But this says in the Vogue profile, Jack Schlossberg is unmistakably a Kennedy. With his towering frame, dark hair, and strong jawline, the 31-year-old is the spitting image of his uncle John F. Kennedy Jr. To a younger generation, however, he is more notable as the man behind the series of TikToks filled with colorful characters, playful ditties, and lots of props, including bluey sunglasses. Should we show a couple of his TikToks? So you got the point across? Fine. I sent you a couple of these.
Okay, here we go.
He does singing videos.
Yeah, I'm ready. Hit it. Step one.
I'm not getting copyrighted for this shit.
I don't think we will.
Yes, we will.
Hey, we need to talk. He says, sit down. It's just a talk. Smiles politely.
He also did a cover.
This might be worse than the national anthem.
He did a cover of Rihanna's Pon de Replay in another video in his bluey sunglasses.
The best
prospect
with his COVID mask.
The best part is like when this dude eventually goes into politics, we live in a timeline now where this doesn't disqualify you from public office. People will be like, how are we supposed to take you seriously? It won't matter, right?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Everybody get down if you feel me. Put your hands up to the ceiling. Everybody get down if you feel me. Put your hands up to the ceiling. Everybody get down if you feel me. Put your hands up to the ceiling.
The 5 o'clock shadow makes it somehow nefarious to me.
Hey Mr. DJ, somebody read me. Hey Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? I want on the dance floor wanting some more. Hey Mr.
Why do you
DJ,
hate
won't
me so
turn the
much?
music up? One by one, even two.
I couldn't respect a woman wearing those
in the club want to show you how you do it.
Let alone
Okay, I can't do
a
it
man.
anymore.
Yeah. So clearly, we should take this guy seriously as a political activist. I'm looking at the comments right now. Gen Z women are absolutely beside themselves in lust for this man.
I mean, he's a Harvard lawyer.
Yeah.
He's got an
a Harvard
environmental
man.
law degree. He cares about climate change.
One person said, I would risk the Kennedy curse for him. Another one said, this man will be my president one day. Another one, he is so national anthem by Lana Del Rey.
Honestly,
another called him the people's princess.
You know when people said that the videos of AOC dancing and all of the power that she amassed very quickly in office, like that she would be president one day? Honestly, this is probably what we're going to end up with. He's going to probably end up being president one day or vice president. What was it? You said if he runs with Gavin Newsom as president on the ticket and he runs as vice president, they'll win.
Yeah,
you're probably right.
By 2028, this man will be at least 34, turning 35. If he runs with Gavin Newsom as the VP candidate, he's winning. They're
probably
winning. It's going to happen.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it in my mind. He said in this interview, I am inspired by my family's legacy of public service. I take that very seriously. Clearly, as we can tell from your TikTok presence, you take it very seriously, continuing your family legacy.
Look, you can be both a serious political commentator and a silly goose at the same time.
He's a Gen Z sex symbol. If that's where we're at with sex symbols in this day and age, it's bad sign.
Are you even allowed to be a sex symbol in the year 2024? Is that even allowed? Are men allowed
in
to
a silly, goofy kind of way?
You just can't be a serious sex
He's
symbol.
a silly sex symbol. He said, I want to contribute in my own way. I have big dreams, but I also know that I'm trying to make a positive impact today. And he went on about how he thinks people have such a negative attitude about politics these days. And he's just trying to shine a light of positivity around the government. He even said, quote, people need to think more positively about government.
That's literally the worst statement I've ever heard in the history of the world ever.
Yeah. They even asked him about his dating life in this interview, of course, because people want to know.
I might actually hate that statement more than a lot of the stuff said about Trump.
In response to the many, many inquiries about his relationship status, he demurs, offering a coy no comment. But he does share certain details of his private life. For instance, he's been taking ballet recently to help rebound from an injury. He's so quirky and he's so secure in his masculinity. He loves Johnny Cash. He loves wearing black because Johnny Cash is one of his idols. But yeah, this is
Johnny
just...
Cash did ballet.
There was one, the worst
What was
quote,
the other quote about good guys?
He said something about how he wants to make a difference so that the good guys can win, which is why you should begrudgingly vote for Biden in this
How old is
election
he?
cycle.
How old is he?
He's 31.
If anybody talking in politics talks about good guys and bad guys, they are mentally a child.
So
And what's worse is not just mentally a child, but evil, because he knows that what he's saying is ridiculous. So it's not naivete. It's just evil.
No, it's totally cynical.
It's evil wrapped up in quirky, silly gooseness.
Yeah.
That's the worst type. Remember yesterday when I said like the worst thing about Bush? It's evil wrapped in folksy aw shucks.
Yes.
This is like the millennial cringe version of that.
I mean, he's part of a blue blood political dynasty. Do we really believe a word that comes out of his mouth?
No, nor should you.
They asked him about why he appeals to Gen Z. They said, you have a strong resonance among young people, particularly on TikTok. Can you summarize your online presence? He said, it would be for others to describe. I'm just having a good time. I'm a fun, wacky guy. I'm a silly goose. A silly goose who's just trying to get the truth out there. That was the worst thing ever. If a guy calls himself a silly goose, you should be running, not walking away.
He has a personality disorder.
Yes,
Straight up.
100%. He's insane. This is like, I understand why people kind of see the appeal in Hunter Biden, aside from the PDF file allegations. Yeah. Just, memeing him into relevance. But
look,
I do not understand the appeal of this man.
2 weeks ago, you said that when you and Morgan were talking about Taylor Swift, I was disassociating. I'm trying very, very hard not to disassociate right now. This is why, whenever we end up talking, why I dislike getting into, actual politics, because, I just want to throw my phone through a window and stuff like this. It's evil. Right? It's he's an environmental lawyer. He's already hit all the talking points. He's an environmental lawyer. He thinks that climate change is the #1 issue of our time. Okay?
Said that, yes.
It's literally every single talking point packaged up into a generically stupid looking TikTok package, and it will work. That's the worst part. It will work, right? It kind of already worked with AOC, right? She had a specific image to sell you. She's dancing, but she also cares about issues that are relevant
She
to
goes
her
on
generation.
Instagram Live
She
and
goes
eats
on
fried chicken
Instagram
while she talks
Lives.
about politics.
And and it's even worse. Somehow that to me is less reprehensible because at least she doesn't come from a dynastic family.
Yeah, there's some truth to that. But there was a fan cam that the Gen Z girls made of Jack Schlossberg that we should show. You have that?
Which one was that? That was the...
It's like 6 seconds long.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
We should show that. It's national anthem.
I like that, there isn't enough, actual material yet to do a long reel.
Yeah.
But they're like, look, I work with what I've got.
One of the responses said, generational wealth and a big nose. What more could you ask for? Another one commented, is there any fan fiction about him? 2,000 likes on that comment, by the way.
It just
People are looking for erotic fan fiction about JFK's grandson as we speak. This is actually a screenshot someone replied with. Jack Schlossberg fanfic. You and Jack have just moved into the White House and are adjusting to your new life with children.
Yeah.
They're fantasizing about being this man's first lady. But they asked him, why do you think your videos resonate with people online?
because he's a silly goose.
He said, people can tell when others are being authentic and don't have any agenda. Okay, you have an agenda. Stop.
See, this is what I mean. This is the
so
this
sinister.
is the scariest part.
Yes.
He's lying through his teeth. He understands that he is not authentic, and portraying inauthentic behavior in an authentic fashion is exactly what good politicians do.
It's the definition of sociopath.
There is
Sociopathic.
a photo that he posted on Instagram where he's shirtless and he's holding a dog.
I don't have an agenda, but climate change is the #1 issue of our time.
Yeah, this is just
There is a very big super chat here
Whoa.
from Trudy Jones. Thank you for that.
He's a goofy-pilled, whimsy-maxing, jester-coded goober chad. Just a silly little guy.
That's amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's kind of what
amazing.
he's going for, and yes, it is working. Thank you
Whimsy-
for the crisis party, by the way.
Whimsy maxing.
He's whimsy maxing, clearly. He said, I try to say things that I think are important. There are things that you can tell are authentic versus not, and people respond to that well with me. I think very deeply and critically about what I want to say, especially when I post my covers of Rihanna songs. This election year is so important to me, and that's why I've been trying to get out there more. This is a really pivotal moment in history, and it's such an exciting time to be alive and to be able to vote.
Let me guess. This is the most important election in our lifetime.
Democracy is on the ballot.
I heard
Okay.
decency is on the ballot and that our democracy is on the line.
He also talked about how our voting rights are being attacked right now, and women's control over their own bodies is being threatened by the Supreme Court, even though they just undid their own decision about women's bodies.
Wait, what was his quote? He says there. Can you read the quote about the Supreme Court again? Again, not trying to make
I
this
have to find
political,
it
guys.
here.
He said and they did it to enhance their own power, which
Here's what
makes
he said.
no sense at all.
They asked him, what issues do you think young people are most passionate about? It goes under the broad banner of civil rights, which are under attack right now in America by the Supreme Court. Roe v. Wade is just one example of a Supreme Court that's actually trying to go back in time and take power back for themselves.
What does that
It's
mean?
completely anti-democratic, and it doesn't stop there. It goes to things like voting rights, which are under attack all across the board. That's the biggest issue, practically, that our country faces right now. That our rights are being taken away by a fringe minority in broad daylight.
How? They never explain how.
There are more
They don't know.
women on the Supreme Court now than there were when it initially went to
He's also talking about the vibes.
Yes.
He said, I want to get that vibe out there because there's a lot of negative energy about politics. And I just want to bring
Good.
some positivity out there because that really matters.
There should be you can have passion for politics. I think there should be memeing of politics. Positivity in politics is a wolf in sheep's clothing that's designed to separate you from your money and get you to vote for things that are against your best interests.
We've got another 20 from Fresh Meat saying, happy birth month, Brett. I can only budget for one $20 super chat a month.
Wow, Brett.
Mary, don't forget to give Brett his birthday thrashing every day this month. Happy birthday to you too, Sarah. By the way, I just got here. Can we start over?
Yeah. So he spent the money to tell you to beat me up. So thank you for that. So I appreciate that. And thank you
First
so
they
much
gave you
for
my
that.
whole birthday month.
Yeah.
Well, they said the
It's
whole
mine,
month
but
of
not
July
yours.
was
Yes.
yours.
Well, they know that I don't believe in birthday week, so birthday month is just even more narcissistic.
Given the fact that they're trying to astroturf this man's appeal by using this, segment of Gen Z women who want to date him, let's respond to it like he's a Hinge profile and we're going to swipe right or we're going to swipe left. If he is shirtless, holding a dog on his dating profile, this is a man who is clearly, and he calls himself a silly goose in one of the prompts, this is a guy who's clearly trying to appear non-threatening to overcompensate for his sinister intentions. Swipe left. I just swiped left on this man.
Yeah. And this is where politics, I suppose, is going to go, right? It's no longer going to be fought in halls of power. It's going to be there at one day there will be a whole group of senators and congressmen who grew up on TikTok. It's going to be amazing. I still push back. Look, I understand that old politicians are awful. I've yet to see a great argument most of the time that youth brings any new ideas or great appeal to politics. But then again, I take a negative opinion of just about all of them. So.
I wanted to read a few more comments from people on this
Goose
Vogue
level
profile. One person said, thank you. One person said, I'll be his Marilyn Monroe. Of course.
I mean, it would be like...
Why not his Jackie?
Yeah. They don't want... Well,
No, they want to be the other woman.
They want to be
wanna
the
be the
literal
other
whore.
woman.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Go for
But
it.
one person didn't like that they did a profile on this guy and that Vogue appointed him as a political correspondent. They feel like this is a Nepo baby appointment. They said there are so few jobs for tenured journalists. Why not hire someone with actual expertise? Like you post 2 funny TikToks and you're Vogue's political commentator. This is abysmal.
Okay, never mind. I've changed my mind. He took the job away from a journalist. Okay.
That's good.
Cool. Awesome.
But yeah, another one said, this is affecting me some type of way. Why am I blushing? Another one said, he's hot and all, but spitting image of JFK Jr. is way too generous.
Yeah, he doesn't really look like JFK.
Another one said, he'll be
Yeah.
35 in 2028. That's all I'm saying. He's going to be the first millennial president. It's very possible.
I love how no one has asked about anything he's actually done.
Well, he
He hasn't
Just
done
talking
anything
about
except
his
ride the
look.
coattails of his family name.
got his Harvard law degree. He went to Harvard. He got a law degree. That's what
Yeah.
he did.
And he talks about climate change and he sings on TikTok. That's what he does.
Be funny. I mean, it would be way cool. Let's see it again. He could get the Hunter Biden appeal if he was like, yeah, climate change is fake. And I really need to find out what happened to my granddad. Like, that's what it really is. He's like, the first thing that happened when I turned 18 was the CIA showed up at my door and said, don't you dare ask any questions.
Another one said, I'll be his Jackie right effing now.
Okay.
They really want this guy. They have the hots for him.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.